Look at a banknote. Really look at it. It's paper, ink, a picture of a man who's been dead for centuries. It can't feed you. It can't keep you warm. It can't do a single useful thing on its own. And yet you would spend most of your life chasing it. People lie for it, steal for it, some even kill for it. Why? Why would millions of intelligent humans devote their entire existence to colored paper? The answer is stranger than any conspiracy. Because money isn't real. It never was. It's the biggest lie our species ever agreed to believe. And the day we stop believing it, it all turns back into paper. Let me show you just how fragile this is. There's an island in the Pacific called Yap, and for centuries, the people there used money you could not put in your pocket. Giant stone wheels, some taller than a man, too heavy to move. When someone paid with one, the stone didn't go anywhere. It just stayed where it was. Everyone simply agreed it now belonged to someone else. One of these stones sank to the bottom of the sea during a storm, gone. Nobody could ever touch it again. And here's the part that should stop you. The islanders decided it still counted. The stone at the bottom of the ocean was still money. It was still spent, still owned, still passed between families, because the stone was never the point. The agreement was. Now think about the paper in your wallet. Is it really so different? Here's the truth nobody says out loud. Money only works because of one invisible thing: belief. Not your belief, everyone's. You accept a banknote for your work, not because the paper is valuable, but because you believe the next person will accept it from you. And they accept it because they believe the next person will too. It's a chain of trust with no bottom. Every single person is holding it up only because they assume everyone else is holding it up. The word itself gives it away. Credit comes from the Latin credere. It means to believe. When a bank gives you credit, it is literally giving you belief. But surely you're thinking, real money used to be backed by gold. That was solid. That was safe. Except gold has almost no practical use either. You can't eat it. You can barely build with it. We chose it because it was rare and shiny and hard to fake. We agreed it was precious. Go back far enough and it's always the same story. Before paper, before gold, before coins, humans traded shells and beads. Objects with no use at all, except the one we invented for them. For 100,000 years, humans have been turning worthless things into priceless ones. Not with gold, with agreement. So what happens when the agreement breaks? Germany, 1923. The belief in the country's money began to collapse. And once it started, it fell fast. Prices doubled, then doubled again, sometimes within hours. People were paid twice a day and ran to spend it before it lost value by evening. A loaf of bread that cost a few marks came to cost billions. Photographs from that year show children playing with bricks of banknotes in the street, stacks of cash worth less than the paper they were printed on. People burned money in their stoves because it was cheaper than buying wood. Nothing physical had changed. The paper was the same paper. The ink was the same ink. The only thing that vanished was the belief. And when the belief died, the money died with it. That is how thin the line really is. Now here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Most of the money in the world today isn't even paper. It's numbers. Glowing figures on a screen. When you check your bank balance, you are not looking at stacks of cash sitting in a vault. That cash mostly doesn't exist. Study after study shows that the vast majority of all money is digital, just data, entries in a computer that everyone agrees to honor. Your savings, your salary, your entire financial life. It's a number that enough people have promised to treat as real. And it works. It genuinely works. It builds cities, feeds billions, sends people to space. This shared illusion might be the most powerful tool humans ever invented. It lets strangers who will never meet cooperate across the entire planet, but never forget what it actually is. You don't work for money. You work for a promise that the paper or the number will still mean something tomorrow. A promise every single human silently agreed to keep. Money was never the gold or the paper or the stone at the bottom of the sea. It was always just trust wearing a disguise. And a promise is only as real as the number of people who still believe it. If that made you look at the cash in your wallet a little differently, good. Subscribe, because that's exactly what this channel is built to do.